All right. Hello, we are live, and this is ExO Economy Core. It's March 15th, 2022, and we're about to get project updates from everybody, so don't go anywhere. You want to hang out and get all those if you're just seeing this either live or on replay. We meet once a week every Tuesday at 8 a.m. Pacific time. We've been doing so for quite some time. If you care about the governance of the ExO token and OpenExO's economy, then you want to be here. You want to watch this. You want to give us feedback and comment. You want to be part of this little DAO we have here. It is a DAO. It's really a DAO. No kidding. And you're going to hear things today about sway and governance. And I think that you should pay attention to those things and get more involved, because we need more of the community to start coming in and voting and helping to distribute the value inherent in the ExO token to the people of the world so they can do the things they want to do. That's my little spiel to kick us off today. I'm going to hand it straight over to Eric. Then you'll hear from Nikki and then Ying. And then I believe some combination of Kevin, Jillian, and Lisa. So take it away.
Thanks, Kent. Welcome, folks. Good to see you again. And, as the song goes, we keep rolling, which is what we're doing. Kent will get into a little bit more of the upcoming DAO, which will be called Transform DAO within OpenExO, which is, one out of many steps that we've been doing for literally months now. And some people would say years, right, as we've been sort of transitioning. And for those of you that are holding EXOs, exciting times are coming, right? So more on that later. But in terms of, again, just the project work that's happening, even though you may not see a post, let's say the ambassador thread or maybe anything on email or anything, through the platform, know again that, the team has been working very diligently, both on the front end as well as the back end. A lot of business stuff happening, right? So it's all happening eventually, and there'll be news. And, during these meetings, obviously we share a little bit what we can as well. So I'm looking forward to those updates. From the Treasury side, we did fund EXO Mongolia. And for those of you that were here last week, you might have missed, and you might be able to watch this again in the Sway platform, the video that the community member in Mongolia created, which I have to say, I think we're still thinking about that. It was pretty sensational. So if you missed that in itself is worth to watch it. The initial tranche of about 15,000 EXOs just got funded. So we're excited about that, to kind of spread our wings all throughout the world, like we've been doing literally now for months and months. In addition to that, the more detailed procedures have been, drafted, written, being tested to really help more and more community members, in addition to all the great resources that we have currently, how to collect your EXOs, how to submit a proposal on our platform in Sway, where you too can get funded and bring the goodness to the world, right? To make this world ultimately a better place to have those kind of impacts. So we just wanted to thank many of the community members on this call, as well as, have been showing up for these calls, that have been showing up on the platform and posting, etc. There are a lot of good people doing a lot of good things in a lot of good places. So we just need to kind of keep that going. I think that's it from my side. Just a little quick programming note. Moving forward, the meeting invite for this will be coming from myself. We'll still use an OpenExO Zoom call link, and the meetings will still be broadcasted. So really no change, but I'll kind of maybe grab the wheel a little bit more often from Kent to kind of run these meetings. So looking forward to that. So over to Nikki with her update.
All right, thanks, Eric. Lots of stuff coming up. We've got Town Hall number 13 coming up April 5th. Mark your calendars. We'll be featuring some of our next gen economy podcast interviewees, and these are young minds talking about how to use technology and advanced blockchain and cryptocurrency, NFTs, etc., into the future to make it better for those of us that have been doing it the old way. Looking really forward to that, getting a lot of good feedback. We're also doing some video clip testing on some of these podcast episodes, and we're getting a lot of traction and feedback from the community, basically saying that this is the kind of stuff they want to hear. And so by measuring the traffic and the watch times, et cetera, we're learning what the content is that you're all responding to. So appreciate that feedback, all that support. We've got the 30 doubling challenge we're launching at the town hall, which is the 4th birthday of the EXOs, by the way. So we'll be re-engaging people into learning how to utilize those EXOs in and out of the community. And now that we have a bit of a path to liquidity, we're also talking about taking it beyond just our membership. So that's all coming up. Big, exciting episode on April 5th. Mark your calendars. And the Academy, we're actually doing some sway proposals to build coursework within the Academy. That'll also help us teach people how to be in this ExO's mindset and using other people's tokens as well in a community of exchange for good. And then Island 17, which we featured a couple of episodes ago, has gotten an invitation from the Miami Bitcoin event from the mayor himself to submit to do a sidechain event and possibly join the mayor on a nice little party of their own. So stay tuned for news on that. As soon as the funding comes through, we'll be sending invites, etc. And I believe that's it for me. Over to you, Ying.
Hi, everyone. Yeah, we continue to support the EXO economy, how to use EXOs and how to earn them. It looks like we're in an exciting time and that great things are coming our way. And this is a good time to learn more about Web 3.0, how token economic works and how you can participate and maybe creating a DAO and doing great things that you've been doing. So we'll continue provide the support and welcome any suggestions and activities in the Discord. And also I will have office hours if you need a particular support in using the EXOs and any questions related to it. Okay, back now I'm going to Kevin.
Awesome, thanks, Ying. So I just wanted to do a quick update around Sway. So obviously we use the Sway platform for decision making, and we currently have one proposal that is still requiring votes in order to be approved, but we really want more people to be applying for EXO's grants so that you can leverage EXO's in order to make a real difference. Eric mentioned Mongolia. I know that Ghana, who put that proposal together, has already sent across her EXOs for her consultant certification. She sent me a screenshot to say, okay, I'm getting ready. I'm like, what do I do next? How do I do this? I really want to do this, which is pretty awesome. I've also directed her to Discord, to say, hey, like, there's so much you can learn there, so much that is shared. And so, yeah, so if you're watching this and you're wondering how to get involved, do head over to the Discord and look at the, especially at the grant proposal channel area, and you can then see how you can do that. So yeah, looking forward to more of those, especially folks who are wanting to use EXOs to drive a local community. Last week I actually, I think it was last week, maybe it was the week before, I had a call, and you can see there Kent has disappeared and he's become Discord. So just showing a bit of the Discord channel there. But this week I actually had a call with some community members based in Greece, together with Luca from EXO Italy, and he's actually working with some Greek community members to say, hey, this is what we did, what we're doing in Italy, etc. Why don't you do something similar in Greece? And essentially, so like what is it called when you are paying it forward, right? Which is really awesome. And then this week we also had 3 EXO transformation guide translations that went through to design, and at that stage is when I send across the 1,000 ExOs for completing the translation. So we should soon have Finnish. Oh, it's gone out of my head. Finnish, Filipino. What was the third one? Glory be. Anyway, Finnish, Filipino. It's going to bother me if I don't find it. Where am I here? Sorry. Here. What's the third one? That should be out soon. Greek. Greek, of course. I've just been speaking about Greek and Greek. So that's really awesome. That'll take us past 20 translations, all done by the community members, all incentivized through ExOs, which is awesome. And I think that's probably everything from my end. Lisa, do you want to go next?
Sure. So on my end, we have a few articles coming out this week for ExO Insight. I'm hoping to get more writers, more articles. So if you have any ideas, any articles, I would love to see some more pieces on Insight. And we have a writing club that meets on Thursdays. If you want an invite, let me know. And that's our big thing. And then I've been working a lot on the book. We had a curator meeting this Monday morning, and then again, another one on Friday. We just finished dashboard, so we're getting close to finishing up the attributes and going back to Mike for a second round of drafts and edits. So getting closer to the finish line. And those are my big pieces right now. Over to Jillian.
My updates is I'm just still working on the doubling challenge, and yeah, moving forward with Nikki on some other ideas, and that's about it for now. Over to Kent.
Okay, let's see. Awesome update, Kevin, on the community growth. That is fantastic. I am always in awe of what the regional sort of communities do and engage in. And we were looking for every other possible way we can find to support them. One of the things that I can share today that is pretty close to release is a bit of a reimagining of how Open ExO Inc. works with regional partners. And so I don't have details to announce yet, but we will definitely be talking about it on the upcoming town hall. And I think that this is a really exciting piece because, as I said, we look for all the ways that we can support the regional communities, and empowering them to actually make money would be a really good one. So be that fiat currencies, other digital currencies, ExOs, all of the above. And I think we have some really interesting things coming up there. I would encourage everybody to check out, we're really close. Lisa, you didn't mention it too much, but on the book. So if you want to say a word or two about the book, please do so right after. I think you should, because the pre-sales are going quite well. And we're close to a draft that you can stamp for me that I can then connect you with an artist so we can start the NFT project. Because in the very first week of April, we have Miami Bitcoin Week, Lisa. It would be an awfully large shame to miss that opportunity with regards to the NFT project. So why don't we talk about that? That's only 3 weeks away. So, still possible, hard, but possible. Then the third thing would be regarding what you heard mentioned earlier, I think from Eric. One of the visions that manifested really early on in the thinking about creating a token was that we wanted to become a DAO. And for us, that goes all the way back to 2016. And I know people today are like, what, 2016, DAOs are new. And I'm like, well, no, they're not. But the reality is that we've been building toward the ability to launch a DAO since then. And so I'm really happy to report that we are super close. So it's not taking the exact form that we would have imagined all the way back then for all kinds of reasons, but it's actually taking what I believe is a far, far more powerful form. And I can't wait to release more. This week, it should actually be created from a jurisdictional perspective. I think within the next few weeks after that, it will be funded because it does have investors ready to go. And then that's going to open up the possibility for OpenExO Inc. To continue to operate, which it already does as a DAO, by the way. Now, we are operating as a DAO in a very straightforward and not complicated way, which I personally appreciate. If you look at how we do our treasury management and our management of community project approvals, these are very DAO-like governance mechanisms. And so we're a DAO that hasn't necessarily called ourselves a DAO at OpenExO, but that will be joining other DAOs and other organizations in this new thing that we've created that'll be called Transform DAO. And I am super excited about it because it's a combination of capabilities that really should be able to push the envelope on transformation. So that's kind of where we're headed with that. So a little bit high level still, sorry about that, but we're really coming down to the wire on creation, funding, and then kicking off operations. Once operations kicks off, the good thing to know is that there will be a number of roles posted to work for the DAO. It's not exclusive. DAOs aren't really like that. So, if you're operating here inside this DAO or working for OpenExO, or you have a completely different job somewhere else, and this thing interests you and you're interested in one of those roles, there'll be a process for applying, and there'll be a circle or a committee, back and forth on circle versus committee as a name, but there'll be a group of people that are responsible for onboarding you and bringing you in and hopefully making you really successful if you take on a role in the DAO. So those are the things that are coming up. And as I said, the announcements will become more concrete once we can release everything. So, and I attended 2 other meetings for DAOs forming this week that I learned a ton from. It was fascinating. So there's a lot of good work going on here. And I still maintain that DAOs are novel to most people, but not even remotely new. And they're a digitization and a demonetization and a decentralization, a further decentralization of holocratic, sociocratic, and cooperative structures. There's some really interesting stuff coming up. Believe it or not, I know it's been quiet for a long time, but Fast Track Institute that I'm looking forward to announcing as well. So a little preview is that we've got some work going on in Miami again, which is the last place, not the last place, it was the next to last place we ran a fast track. And we have, looks like some very interesting follow-up work coming up. So stay tuned and keep your ears to the ground for that as well. But that will be running through Fast Track Institute because it is civic and city related. So yeah, those are some fun things. I'll stick to the fun things today. All right.
One thing I forgot to mention is just that for all the community members and folks that are in Dubai, a community member of ours, Anne Butello, is part of UNIT, and they're running an event on the 29th of March. And so if you are in Dubai, go and attend it. I will put the link on YouTube. You can also find it on the events page on OpenExO or on OpenExO's LinkedIn page as well. So just a reminder about that too.
And Anne is awesome. She works with Eric on the Exponential Individuals, which you're also a part of, Kevin. And I'm going to be joining as a guest in one of the upcoming things because Eric invited me. So I'm looking forward to that. They do extraordinary work in that group, exploring the exponentiality of individuals and what they can do in the world. It's fantastic. The other thing is, Lisa, please, 2 things that you didn't really talk enough about. I'm going to keep poking you to do your promotions, but number 1 is where are we on the book and what can people expect? I know you know as well as anybody where that is. But number 2, you recently launched a new newsletter, and I think it wouldn't be a bad idea if you share some just a little bit of information about that, because I know you're going through rapid iteration on the formatting of that as well, which is exactly what we should do. And Jillian has been awesome at helping collect the necessary data that you need to do so in a really rapid way. You don't have to talk about all that, but maybe just share about the newsletter. And if there is a link or something where people can go to see the past issues, I don't know, or if how they would go about receiving it, because it's jam-packed full of great info.
We'll start with the newsletter first. So yes, it started kind of a newsletter in circles, and then I started putting something in LinkedIn, and now I'm still playing with some data where people are clicking and info and trying to make it a little bit more like short, but still impactful with lots of great content from anything from like videos that we've launched or articles and some of our authors, the events that are coming up that maybe you're, it's kind of wanting to be this one place where you can find the latest info the community members are thinking about. So I'm still playing around. Jillian's helping me a lot, and also the data from HubSpot. So it's great. If I tried to find a link, but I will explore HubSpot a little bit further to see how I can. But
is that a thing, Kevin? Does HubSpot give you an HTML version of the emails, like
I think
other platforms?
Can. Yeah.
Okay, well, that's another great thing for the webpage we were talking about earlier, Lisa.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I will. I saw it once and then I couldn't find it again, so I have to dig. Anyways, so I will play with that, and then as far as the book is concerned, so Mike Malone came up with, pretty much wrote a whole book, the draft one, of exponential organizations, the essential guide to building EXOs, that is on Amazon for $1.99 limited. So pretty soon we will be raising the price, not yet, but once we get closer. And so basically, when Peter and Salim looked at the draft, there were some updates. We needed more, like especially within our attributes, because this version will have a chapter per attribute. And we wanted some of the latest information, case studies, not something that's reused all the time. And so we are using the help of the curators, and Salim and Peter we're on dashboards now, so we're almost done with the attributes, giving those back to Mike, and Mike will update the content that he's written. So I'm hoping we're getting closer to the finish line, but there's still some more details. We'll need add some charts, graphs, and other little things, as well as another round of final edits. So Kent keeps highlighting the book on Amazon for $1.99. So the link is in the chat. I'm hoping someone will put that on the YouTube stream.
Actually, $0 if you have. I mean, I have Kindle Unlimited, so I see the Kindle Unlimited, but that's cool too. But yeah, like Lisa said, this is $1.99 for the intro price. We're going to actually start ratcheting that up as we get closer to the actual release date. Once we fix the final release date, then we'll set that.
So there is a finish line. I see it a lot better than I did 1 year ago. So, but yes, we are getting closer, and we've got a few more curator meetings for the attributes and almost there. I know Mike can turn these out really fast. It's just a matter of getting the rest of that content into him. It's getting there.
Well, the curator meetings have been fun. The few that I've been able to attend as well.
They've been really good.
All right. Does anybody have anything they're stuck on, blocked on, need assistance, can't get through, that you want to talk about on this public broadcast? Please raise your hand now. Going once, going twice. Closed. All right. We are done then today. Everybody gets 13-ish minutes back. Thank you so much for all that you're doing out there. Folks, really, if you see this, if you watch this all the way to the end and you haven't been in Sway, you have to go there, not because it's Sway, but because of what our community members are putting in there. It's extraordinary. You're missing it if you don't see that. What are you doing? No, go check it out. It's openexo.sway.io, I do believe. Okay. Thanks so much. Everybody have a great day.